Well, hi guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and boy, oh boy, what a mess I got going on here. No, I haven't got any update on the goofy cart. It's still sitting the way I left it. And of course, I said that I retired the second time. I quit doing small engine repair, but, well, I have one snowblower here that is waiting to have an electric start put on it. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. And then I have another one over here. This one belongs to my son's father-in-law. And I worked on this thing for a couple hours the other day. And boy, oh boy, give me the old style any day. To get at the carburetor, and I have not gotten at the carburetor entirely yet, you have to take this cover off first. There's 2 bolts here. There's another one down around the side over here, right there. And then there's another one down here. And then something, don't ask me what, but something down in there pinches it so you can't get it out all the way. And I had it loose and it's swinging all over the place, but I couldn't get it out. So I got that off. Then these 2 bolts here, nice chrome stainless steel cap nuts, they go onto the carburetor itself, and you would think that you'd just be able to pull it off. I got this piece here off. But see this plastic? This plastic part goes all the way around the motor, all the way into here. And to get that off, it looks to me like I have to pull the gas tank off. And I'm going to try and get the carburetor out of here. Carburetor is down underneath in here, and I had the float bowl off the other day and it was full of all kinds of gobbledygook. That's what the stuff on the inside of the float bowl looked like. Pretty crunchy it was too. Yep. And it had a fair amount of water in this float bowl. I'm guessing that it was about a ½ inch of it in the bottom. And unfortunately for the snowblower, it sits outside year-round. And I tried to convince them they need to put a cover over it, at least throw a tarp over it or something. We'll see what happens. And while I'm mentioning the goofy cart, who said I was mentioning the goofy cart? Well, I was earlier. Speaking of the goofy cart, I have come to realize that my 10 horsepower motor really is an 8 horsepower motor. It was, yeah. And because of the larger shaft on the one that I have been using with the intention of, and have been calling a 10 horse, I may end up actually using this 8 horsepower motor that we just scavenged off of that old polar bear, because it has 3/4 inch shaft on it, and I think I'm going to adapt. Well, I get down in there and I still don't see a bolt down through there. So who knows where that part will come out. It's super loose. And I don't care if I get it out or not, as long as I can get this cover off of the carburetor. Now there's 2 screws down in here. But what I've started to say about the goofy cart is if I use that motor that I took off of the polar bear, then I can put on it a torque converter. which is I'm really thinking very seriously of doing, because torque converter would be better than just a straight centrifugal clutch. So we're going to see how that goes, and because I didn't sell that snowblower, and it's not going to get sold because it's already been scrapped out, I'm not going to be coming up with enough money to buy a lift. So because I'm not going to have enough money to buy the lift, I'm thinking that I'm going to buy a torque converter for the goofy cart instead. And that's going to be less than $100, and it will help me with a couple of different things. Making the goofy cart go better. About 40 degrees in the shop here today. I thought about turning the heat on, but got to get used to it. So I've got my long johns on. You can see I got my hood up, my sweatshirt underneath my insulated jacket. And it's actually not uncomfortable. Shirt sleeves for sure. Man, oh man. Why won't that cart come out of here? Okay, now maybe I've got it disconnected over on the far side, so that's loose. And I get these two bolts off of here, and the two bolts that went down through the top. Pull the primer hose off. I'll just let that hang off to the side. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. Let me unscrew you from my tripod and bring you over here. And I'll show you the pile of junk you gotta go through. Just in case you get to work on one of these puppies. And when I get the carburetor cleaned out, I'm certainly going to try to get this thing off of here. I'm going to certainly try and start this before I put all of that gobbledygook back on there. I'm noticing something looking here. There's even grungy looking stuff in there. So, yeah, we're going to take the carburetor right off. I'm going to pinch off the fuel line and keep the gas from running out. And we'll take this carburetor apart, see if we can clean it up enough to get it to run. Well, what a mess. You see this piece here. This goes over, and this side here is attached over here, down here, and that's this part for the electric start. Screws in there, and that comes over here. So you got to take that off right off the bat. And I guess if you know all this stuff ahead of time, you're okay. You take the knobs off for the choke. Here's the choke knob, and it just slides off, but it's got a little bit of a nibble on here, so it makes it hard to come off. And this here has a dimple in it, makes that's for, what is that for? That's for the throttle. That comes off hard too. And so what I did, because it has this hole in the top here where it slides on, I scored a little WD-40 or PB blaster down in there to make it come off, because I could pull it back until it would catch that, and then it was not coming off. So yeah. So you get all them things disconnected. You got to disconnect this vent tube from the valve cover, and then you got to disconnect the primer bulb. And I know that the primer bulb was not picking up fuel, even though I had fuel in the bowl when I got it back together after cleaning the bowl out. So now the next thing to do is to take this carburetor off, and to do that, looks like I can take this piece with it. I'm going to have to disconnect this throttle linkage up here and this spring, and disconnect the fuel line down in here. And I might be able to do that. Maybe I can put my, it'd be nice if I could, come on, I want to get this off without ruining the gaskets. So in case I can clean it up, I can reuse the gaskets. If I can get this clamp off here, then I can just pinch off the fuel line here rather than taking it off there and trying to quickly plug the gas tank. So I'm going to do all of that, and we're going to get it over on the bench. Hang on to your hats. Here we go. Okay, well, I got a bunch of interruptions, so I didn't get a chance to show you much to do with the carburetor, but mostly the problem was with the water that I showed you. I am convinced. I haven't started it yet, but here's the water that I took out of the, the water. Yeah, well, the water too, but this is the gas that I took out of the fuel tank, and you see how much water there is there in the bottom, all separated out. So I put some dry gas in there. I drained it down as far as I could, and I didn't have any regular gas because well, that's another story. I got to pick some up, but I put some pre-mixed stuff, 40 to 1 or whatever it is, and so we're going to try it. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to get this on choke, we get this on fast. I don't hear it sucking any gas in there. Sounds still like it's just air. Now, this is on, I hope. I don't know which way this goes. I for ignition, is that right? I think so. Let's try it. That shuts it off anyway. I don't know what that other switch is for. But start right up. No problem at all. Let's try that one more time. It's popping a little bit. Like I said, I put some dry gas in it to dispel whatever little bit there might be left. Yeah, it's probably running out of gas because I didn't put much in it. And yeah, we get filled up with gas. It should be good to go. So there you have another fix from the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. Not my favorite one, but it's done. What a pain. Give me a good old-fashioned one like this. 2 screws and 2 bolts, and you have it all exposed with no horsing around. This one here, I was going to try and pull the gas tank off so I could totally drain it, you know, other than just drain it through the hose. Took these 2 bolts off, but there's still 2 bolts down underneath on the other side. And without getting this off, it was impossible to get in there. Never did figure out what's holding this down in there. I can't see anything there. I loosened up 2 bolts. I took this cover off and loosened up 2 bolts down there. That didn't make any difference. It's just a poor setup, if you ask me. Anyway, that's it. No more babbling. We got her done. I'm going to go deliver it and collect my fee. Have a great day. Just a quick note. I am going to be picking up another project. Yeah, I'll show it to you when I get it. Bye for now.